All right, for the plaintiff, Mr. Negretti. For the defense, Mr. Shelley. Mr. Shelley is in questioning, 140 words a minute. Here we go. That, of course, puts you in a biased position as to giving any testimony in the case, doesn't it?
Objection mischaracterizes testimony, lacking in foundation, argumentative, improper form.
I have never been asked to give testimony, nor would I be expected to.
All I'm asking, sir, is you're giving testimony in your deposition. You understand that, correct?
Not by their request, not by the plaintiff's request, by yours.
You understand that you'll be entitled to financial gain if Cavitat wins this lawsuit based upon this agreement. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Turn, if you would, sir, to the last page of Exhibit 3, sir. And did you receive that letter from Sarah Jones?
Yes, I was faxed a copy of this.
And what does the one sentence of the text of the letter say, sir?
Enclosed is Cavitat Legal Fund Participating Agreement, CLFPA, awarding you one full share for your public relations and consulting contributions to the partnership.
Now, have you posted on any internet site any descriptions of the lawsuit of Cavitat versus Aetna?
Objection vague, overbroad, ambiguous.
What do you mean by a description?
Have you made any postings referencing the Cavitat versus Aetna lawsuit?
Yes.
And are those postings a part of your role as a crisis management consultant?
No, they're not.
Has Cavitat asked you to make those postings?
No.
And are you saying that has Cavitat asked you not to make the postings?
Objection, argumentative, improper as to form.
No.
When you're posting, is that part of the public relations services that you're providing to the partnership based upon page 3 of Exhibit 3?
Objection, calls for a legal interpretation.
I'd like to refer you to Exhibit 2, which you asked me about, and paragraph 5 says, what is important here is to recognize is that my newsletter is separate from my business, that of being a crisis management consultant in the healthcare industry. My business card says JuryMed Public Relations and Research Group. Below the title, it says strategist.
Are you providing crisis management services to Cavitat?
Objection, vague and ambiguous.
Yes.
Describe those services, please.
My primary function these days is to listen to Mr. Jones blow off steam.
Describe for me what you mean by your primary, you said role or task, whatever your word was, to Mr. Jones, to blow off steam. What's he blowing off steam about, sir?
His frustrations in this case.
And were you involved in any way in working on the original complaint filed in this case?
Objection, lacking in foundation, calls for speculation.
No, I was not. It came as a surprise to me.
What do you mean it came as a surprise to you?
Bob Jones called me one day and says, well, we did it. And I said, did what? And he said, we filed our complaint. And I had to think about what it was he was talking about because I get a lot of calls. And I had to ask him what specifically he was talking about.
To the best of your recollection, sir, when did you receive that call from Mr. Jones in which you stated he told you that the lawsuit had been filed?
Either day of or the day after.
And is it your testimony that you are not involved in any way with the lawsuit prior to that time because you didn't know it was going to be filed?
Objection. The question has been asked and answered. It's a compound question.
That's correct.
Did you have any communication with the Walter Garash law firm, the Colorado firm that formerly represented Cavitat in this suit?
Objection.
Prior to the suit being filed?
Well, objection. Lacking in foundation.
Mr. Shelley, I remember some communications around that time, but I don't think they were before the suit. I think they were after.
And you're pretty sure that you didn't know Cavitat was going to file suit until after that event had occurred. Is that your testimony?
Excuse me a second here. That's correct. Mr. Jones had said he was thinking about it, but I get a lot of calls with people thinking about doing things, and I hadn't. So when he said he did it, I went, and I want to see it right now. Where can I get a copy?
Did you provide, let me ask you this. Have you ever spoken with Walter Garash on the phone or in person?
The person or the firm?
Walter Garash, the individual.
No, but I'd like to.
And did you have any communication with Mr. Andy Reid, who works at the Walter Garash law firm, before the suit was filed on August 12, 2004?